You know what we're doing up here. Basically, I was on Twitter. I saw that Claire and Sharice were having a bit of a moaning about maths and maths planning, and the fact they didn't enjoy it particularly much or like the framework very much. And I happened to agree, so I kind of stuck my oar in really and said, well, why don't we do something about it? And it kind of snowballed from there, really, didn't it, ladies? And we met up in a Google Doc and we shared our ideas.
Yeah. The big thing for me is that I was new to Year 6 and I was just feeling a bit down about my maths planning because I thought I was kind of worried that I didn't have it at the right pitch, and I was also worried that I was subconsciously teaching towards a test, which is something that I consciously said I wouldn't do, but I felt that that was what was happening. And so we kind of decided that we would collaborate, and we were all on the same page really about not wanting to teach the framework, as we say, and wanting to kind of do things in a way that made sense for us. So even though we live 3 different corners of the country, Sharice is in Bolton, I'm in London, and Julie is in Norfolk, we used Google Docs to collaborate. Julie and I had actually been on a course together about it, but neither of us had met Sharice until tonight, so and Julie hadn't met Sharice until tonight. So we got together, the first session, we arranged a time to meet, went into the document. There was a bit of a hoo-ha because we've obviously got different planning formats that we have to adhere to and all that jazz. So we came up with kind of a common ground. And it was really interesting, that first session, because at the end of it we came up with a plan that we actually quite liked, but it took us ages to get there. And I think there were 2 reasons for that. First of all, we were being ever so polite with each other. We were kind of like in the chat window on the side, you know, what do you think about this? How did you think this would be a good idea?
Scheme of work, if you like, related to Smarties. And we came up with all these different ideas, designing packaging and angles and all that sort of stuff, shape nets. And my class even asked to write a letter to Nestle, so I photocopied all their nets and sent it to Nestle, and they sent a letter back saying thanks. And that was it. It was nice that they got a response. So we basically worked on a rolling plan, if you like. It's quite a long document because we're not teaching the same lesson necessarily at the same time. So we try to plan ahead as much as we can and then share it all with our past class.
Go on. I think the biggest impact for me is just the fact that I'm able to share ideas with these 2 lovely ladies, share resources. For example, Julie's come up with a wonderful idea with a chain wall, and my children in my class absolutely loved it. And at Christmas time, Claire came up with the idea of using gamification in maths, and again, my children absolutely loved it. And we're just able to share these ideas, share the resources. While one person is typing up on the plan, somebody else is looking for resources on the internet. Somebody else is saying, oh, I've got this plan, this resource, I can email it across to you. And it's just making the whole process so much simpler, so much easier to do. 3 heads working together is better than 1 head working together.
And we're thinking about ways we can take it further. Sharice and I have class blogs, so it was quite interesting when we were doing the whole Smarties and shape work and that project that we had the results, that had our children both posting videos and things onto the blog, and they could look at each other's work and kind of compare it. And we also managed to Skype with each other as well, and the children could talk about their work then, because I explained to my class, as Sharice did, that